Welcome, my friends of the interwebs. I feel like I've been hit by a truck. Those of you who've watched my last video know that Scotty D is in town. And when Scotty D comes into town, hold on with both hands. Oh my God. We were supposed to go up to Detroit today for an auto show, but I told him, I said, I feel like I've been in a car accident, so I can't go. It's just not going to happen. And so I guess that's where he took off to, but I'm in charge of the mutt. I can't get her on camera, but Quizmo, the famous boxer from Scotty D TV, the mascot, if you will. Anyway, so a couple of you have asked me for some updates. I apologize for not doing that. Here's the bottom line. This winter, this bout of global warming that I've been dealing with all winter long, it's got me on the ropes. It's literally sucking the life from me. It has been so freaking cold. It's so freaking cold for such an extended period of time. And I'm not going to make this particular video about the global warming scam, but I will have a video, and I will have things to say about that, because I'm so sick and tired of these freaking retards. And that's the only way I can call them, these Al Gore disciples who have bought into all that nonsense, all that junk science. Anyway, I can't get on a roll. You guys know how I am. I want to do some updates. Well, the first update is why you haven't seen a lot from me. It's been too freaking cold to go shooting. It's just way too freaking cold. So I can't remember the last time I squeezed the trigger. In fact, I think the last time I was even at the farm was with Ricky Steele, and she did all the shooting. I don't think I didn't shoot anything. I don't remember what she shot, but you know, and even then I felt bad for her because it was freaking cold. Speaking of Ricky Steele, let me give you an update on that. Yeah, Ricky, I love her to death. She is so freaking awesome. Most of you know that I produce her channel, and when I say I produce her channel, this is what I mean by that. I film it, I direct it, I edit it, I do all that stuff. She's, for the most part, she's the star of the channel. You know, and we've had a lot of fun doing that. But she is married with 2 little children, and I say little children. I know she looks so young and she's so tiny, but you know, she's 25, and she's been happily married for a long time now. Married her high school sweetheart, and he just got out of the Marine Corps, and which, you know, anyway, he's now a full-time student. She's working full-time, and it's just becoming impossible to get with her to film videos. And she came over the other day. We had a long talk about the situation, and we're going to go in a different direction with the channel that does not include her, at least for now. And like she said, if things change in her life, then maybe she'll start making videos again. But she basically told me, she was, look, you know, I can't get with you more than once a month. And I told her, I said, we cannot run a successful channel if you cannot be available to shoot videos more than once a month. That's just a fact. And I kind of feel bad for her, because when we first started, she was really excited. But real life gets in the way sometimes. You know, when you got 2 little kids and a husband, you know. When we first started making videos, her husband hadn't started school yet. He had just gotten out of the Marine Corps a couple of months before, and he, you know, he could watch the kids while she got with me. And he was on unemployment. Everything was cool. They were living in, I don't give too much of her personal information out, but things were cool. It was easy for her to get with me and make videos. Not so much anymore. And things change, and you know, it is what it is. So hopefully we'll see more from Ricky Steele down the road, but it's not likely to happen anytime soon. So God bless her. I hope for the best. She's going to make an announcement on her Facebook channel sometime next week or 2, basically telling a lot of people exactly what I just said, and some other things. So keep an eye out for that. I don't know if you are subscribed to her Facebook channel, but if not, I'll put a link down below. Go check out the Ricky Steele Facebook channel and wait for her to drop the news. The news basically is that she's not going to be making videos. And it's what it is. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't tell her. I mean, we weren't in a position at the stage to where there was a lot of money coming in, so I couldn't tell her not to work or not to take on this full-time job. I couldn't. So it is what it is. Hopefully things change. Maybe during summer break when her husband's off, we can do some stuff together, but you know, I don't know. So anyway, Crystal Blade, let's do a Crystal Blade update. People have asked me a million times, well, not a million times, less times than I would have thought. But what the status is with her, look, if you've paid any attention whatsoever, you know that she's on academic probation from school. And she needs to get her act together academically. And that doesn't include spending all of her time on YouTube or any social internet sites or social media sites. If she fails out of school, by the way, the next step from academic probation is academic suspension, which means you get kicked out of school. If that happens, and I don't know that it will, but if it does, I will not have anybody say that I played a part in that. So, as the producer of the Krista Blade channel, yeah, she needs to focus on her education, because in the end, I will not have anybody claiming that I had anything to do with her failing school. That's as simple as it gets, and I control the channel. You know, as the producer, I control the channel. It is what it is. I have a bunch of other projects that are going on right now. A lot of you know now that I've never really talked too much about it earlier on, but a lot of you have pretty much got the idea that I am kind of the puppet master behind a lot of channels on YouTube. I know, you know, I'm gonna write a book about it. I think, maybe. I produce a lot of channels. I produce a lot of people's YouTube channels. Some people that you would be like, what? And typically what that means is I film, I edit, I direct, I do. The editing, by the way, I suck at editing, and I have tried to get a lot better at it because I don't have any choice, and I have to get better at it. Things are moving in that direction. I have to get better at it, or pay somebody to do my editing, which I'm not above doing, by the way. You know, actually, I'm gonna be talking to a guy pretty soon about doing just that, where he does all the editing and whatnot. But so when I talk about producing channels, I basically, you know, I come up with the concept for the channel. I find the talent to fulfill that concept. Most of the time, that's the way it works. Not all the time. And then, you know, I film and, you know, edit and upload and all that good stuff. For the most part, the channel's only the talent. They have two responsibilities. I don't want to talk too much about it because, like I said, I just do kind of want to write a book on how to produce YouTube channels or how to market your YouTube channels and things like that. But they have two responsibilities. One is to be in front of the camera and do their thing. And the other responsibility, or I shouldn't say do their thing, be in front of the camera and do what I tell them to do. No, that's not true. Well, sometimes. But, and then to comment, do all their commenting and stuff like that. I don't have time for that. That just takes way too much time. And any other social media outlets that they can promote their channel through, they're for the most part responsible for that as well. So I'll get more into producing YouTube channels. And you know how that came about for me really was through Krista, because previous to Krista I never produced anybody's channel, and I never really said much about it. Krista never said much about it, but it was one of those things that someday maybe I'll tell that story. Some of you who know me really well know the story, but someday maybe I'll tell the story to a broader, and I may do that in a book, because I think a lot of people contact me wanting some advice and help on how to market their YouTube channel, how to get views, how to get subscribers, and all of that stuff. And few people understand the game as well as I do. That's just the truth. You know, I'm not, you know, I don't know. I counted not too long ago how many video views that I am either directly or indirectly responsible for, and it's almost 30 million now. So, and indirectly means a lot of things, but it's probably actually over 30 million if you take into account all the people that I've actually helped get on track as far as not producing their channels, but advice on how to run their channels, how to market their channels, how to get more views, how to get more subs, and all that stuff. So, pat myself on the back there. So I might come out with a book on how to do that, because it's kind of a mystery to a lot of people. So many people have YouTube channels and they're like, how do I grow that? How do I can't get anybody to watch? Getting people to watch your channel is the hardest thing. And even with my knowledge of, you know, listen, I've been on YouTube since before Google owned them. So, I mean, you know. Now, Google is always constantly changing the rules. So you got to stay. It's not something that you can become a guru at and then just, you know, sit on your laurels. No, you have to constantly evolve along with Google. But, you know, even with me, sometimes I can't get a channel up and running or get very many views on it. I don't know why that is sometimes. I mean, because there are lots of tricks that you can do. Tons of tricks that you can do. Tons of tricks that I've perfected. And some I've even invented to help promote your channel. But anyway, blah, 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 blah. The Krista Blade thing, back to that. I don't think she's going to be back until maybe spring, if then. Maybe when she's on spring break. Well, that's if she makes it to the next semester. I mean, I don't know. She may get kicked out. If she gets kicked out of school, I don't know. I don't really want to talk about that because that's her business. And she's kind of pissed off at me right now anyway, so it is what it is. It is what it is. You know, young people. What can you do? But anyway, so I covered the Ricky Still. I covered the... Oh! Some channels that I am producing that I'm happy to tell you about. Toledo Powerhouse Gym. I'm producing that channel. Really just getting that going. Actually, I'm moving into the whole fitness realm. For reasons I'll get to in a minute. This is going to end up being a long video, but for some of you who've been begging, or not begging, busting my balls about not being in front of the camera, this is for you, so you better watch the whole damn thing. Moving into the fitness thing. So Toledo Powerhouse Gym, I'm producing their channel. Rebekah Saryn, who is a phenomenal athlete. Hopefully someday she will be Miss Olympia. She's just phenomenal. I'm producing her channel. I'm producing Wayne Williamson's channel, former NFL running back. You know, which is really kind of neat for me because, you know, as a guy, a football guy, to work with a guy that played 6 years in the NFL as a running back, All-American in college. I mean, just really pretty phenomenal for me. Yeah, and I think his channel's going to be big. We just put up we've got two videos up on his channel. I'll put links to everybody down below, but two videos up on his channel. The first one was just a welcome to my channel video, and the second one was what I consider the first legit video, although it was short and sweet. And that's got, last time I checked, like 1,500 or 1,600 views, which for an inaugural, you know, video, that's pretty strong. But I do think that his channel will probably be a fairly large channel. I mean, because look, how many people that have played in the NFL actually have YouTube channels and talk about things like that? And I plan on, we plan on doing a lot of different stuff with that channel. So, also producing the Kennel Boyz and the Kennel Inc. channels. Pretty much the same channel, just two different channels. Those guys are phenomenal. Michael Cole is an NPC competitor, just like Rebekah Saryn is. And he wants to be Mr. Olympia Physique someday, just, you know, the opposite of what Rebekah wants to be. She wants to be Miss Olympia Physique. Physique is a category in the bodybuilding, which means physique isn't where they're really huge. That's the bodybuilding category. Physique is like the next notch down. So they're above like the fitness and bikini categories. Like you guys give a shit. Mostly you guys are gun and politics guys. But anyway, so Michael Cole and Kennel Inc. producing all their channels and a bunch of other channels. We won't get into all that, but keeps me pretty busy. And the reason, by the way, I went into the whole producing of YouTube channels thing is because I'm good at it. I'm good at it, and my life changed when Obama got elected. When Obama got elected and then re-elected, my life changed. I mean, I was no longer making money from coal because, you know, we won't get into that. You know, if you followed me for any length of time, you know what's up with that. I was looking for something to do, and it can be, you know, fairly lucrative for all involved. I'm not going to tell you the monetary breakdowns and what all is involved in it because it's none of your business, but you can wait for the book. I'll put that in the book. How to Make Money on YouTube 101. That will be a chapter, actually, and we'll go into, if you're going to produce YouTube channels, what you should take as far as, you know, your slice of the pie. But some of those pies, or some of those slices can be pretty good. So anyway, I'll put all those links down there. You guys should check them out. The fitness thing for me is important because, one, I need to get back in shape, or I won't be alive by 50. I'll tell you that right now. But a big thing is the gun. Most of you know when Obama got reelected, it kind of sucked the life out of me as far as politically goes. Although I am still interested in politics and will be doing videos in the future, I can guarantee you that, regarding politics. But, you know, I don't know. It's something that's hard for me right now because it gets my blood pressure up. I'm trying not to get my blood pressure up. That's simple, you know. But, you know, the fitness thing is a good way for me to go. And I will tell you this. The gun community I've been part of that. Well, listen, I was the first guy to ever show a gun on YouTube. I don't know how many of you know that, but it is a fact. Nobody showed guns on YouTube before I did. So I kind of feel responsible for starting the whole thing. But it's kind of morphed into a lot of different subcategories. You've got your, you know, your tactical shooters. You've got your your good old boys, hillbilly shooters, whatever you want to call them. There's a million trick shooters like 22 Plankster and people like that. There's a million different gun channels, but it's changed to the point where for me it's not really all that fun anymore, honestly, because of one particular group. I'm not going to get into that right now, but there's one particular group in the gun community as a whole who, these people just annoy me to no end. They're full of a bunch of freaking punk ass bitches that all think that they're getting ready for World War III. I won't even get into that, but it's annoying. There's a lot of things about the gun community on YouTube anymore that just annoy the shit out of me, because it's so fractured, and you've got, everybody's like, pointing fingers at everybody else, going, "You're the problem, and you're going to cost us our gun rights, and you're an idiot, and my shooting's this, and competition shooters are worthless." It's endless. And it's got on my nerves. I mean, I've been doing this for almost 9 years now. It's just got on my nerves. And so, to be honest with you, I miss the old days. Like, people like Pete from the Armory channel. What a great channel. People can say what they want about Pete, but I like that, where a guy just throws a gun on a bench and starts talking about it or whatever. Maybe takes you to the range with him, shoots it, and talks about the gun, or talks about freaking whatever he wants to talk about. That's kind of my thing. To me, that's my gun culture. I don't particularly feel the need, and I've never felt the need, to get dressed up in camouflage, throw some paint on my face, and crawl through the weeds. I just, I think the word training is way overused. I really do. I think it's way overused, but it is what it is. And just by saying that much, I'm going to have 50 million people going, "Yeah, fuck that," whatever. Dude, I started this shit. All right. So for me, moving on a little bit to the, to the fitness world, it's kind of a breath of fresh air, to be honest with you. Although I love the Second Amendment, always will. I love shooting sports, always will. I support everybody's right to exercise their gun rights any way they feel like it. I mean, within reason. Obviously, there are some nuts out there. The people, though, that do the biggest bitching, honestly, on YouTube about other people and what they do shooting-wise are, in my opinion, the people that are really, in the end, the biggest problem as far as the public's perception. I don't want to get into that. I just don't. I don't want to get into that. But having said all that, this video is way too freaking long now. Scott will probably be back pretty soon, I'm guessing. We're going to go out to eat. But got any questions, hit me up in the comment section. I'm going to post links to some of the channels that I'm producing. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. I don't think I've missed anything. Maybe I have. Maybe this is a shitty update. Like I said, I'm feeling rough. Everybody take care. See ya!